Hey guys! Today I wanted to do a more serious type of video, and I'm not a very serious person, so sorry if I'm like kind of weird in this video. Also, I'm using primarily natural lighting, so it's very bright today. I don't know if the side of my face is like in shadow, but I just wanted to get this done while the lighting was very good. So by the title you've probably seen that this video is about how I lost 30 pounds. Right now I'm 140, I balance between 140 and 143. My lowest weight recently was 137, and that was when I was like 6, so I think my body just kind of leveled down, and that's like not the weight that I'm meant to be. But pretty much I've lost 30 pounds over the last like year, and I just wanted to talk about how I did it, because a lot of times like I'll tell people, oh, I was 30 pounds heavier than this, and they'll look at me like how? Oh no, the lighting, why? But anyway, they'll look at me and be like, how did you do it? Like, give me all the secrets, like how did you do it? Because a lot of people were struggling like I was to lose weight. And oh my god, I hope this video is not gonna be like super long, but I wrote like notes for like what to say, but I feel like I'm just gonna be like, I'll try to keep it together and get like points across here. I just wanted to make a disclaimer that my journey is in no way reflection on how your journey should be. It's literally, I'm talking from my own experience and what worked for me. My highest weight made me uncomfortable, but that could be your goal weight, and that's amazing. So I don't want to like insult anybody. I know weight is an extremely sensitive topic. Like I said, this is all my own experience. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I don't know anything. Like, I'm just a lady who has lost 30 pounds and has kept it off for a while now, so that's all I wanted to say. To start this off, a little bit of a backstory. I ate very poorly for about 4 years of my life. I wanted to say 3, but definitely 4 years, pretty much. I ate not so great in high school, but I was in marching band, I was moving a lot of the time of the week, so it didn't really, I was very thin in high school, and then once high school ended, I was eating just as bad, if not worse. That's when things really took a turn. When I say I ate bad, I'm not like, oh, I had like a cookie like once in a while. Like, I know a lot of people will say like in moderation, and I said that a lot to like make myself feel better. Like, I was like, oh, just like in moderation, but no, like this was, I made bad decisions every meal, every snack, every single day for years. My favorite things that I like to eat, I loved pizza. I would eat half a pizza pie, like it was just meant for a family. I would eat a whole, like half a pizza. I would have foot-long subs on my own with extra mayonnaise. I would always like put extra mayonnaise on there. I would eat just pancakes, stacks of pancakes, like multiple hamburgers. If I went out to like McDonald's, I would get like a snack wrap and a cheeseburger and fries and a soda. Like, I was eating very, very poorly. And cheese, I would eat so much cheese. I think before I went vegan, like probably a week or so, I ate probably like 2 pounds of cheese, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, and it made me sick to the point where I didn't want to eat it anymore. So that's just like a piece of how I was eating and my eating patterns before trying to lose weight. So pretty much what happened was I went to the doctor for like a normal checkup, and you know, they make you step on the scale, and I just remember being like, please, I don't want to step on the scale. And you know, I did, and they didn't say anything. I know a lot of people have issues with doctors being like, better lose some weight there, like, you know, like, but my doctors never said anything like that to me. My highest weight was 173, and I just remember being so like covered in clothes. Like, it was winter when or it was like coming out of winter when I went to the doctor. I like remember this, and I had so many clothes on, and I just felt overwhelmed by my body, and I felt so heavy, and I just looked at myself like in the mirror, and I was like, it's gone too far. And once again, this is not to disrespect anyone, like that, this is probably like some people's goal weight, and that was the thing that I had to like drive through my head, is like, some people would kill to look like you, and I think a lot of people need to like put it into perspective that like you hate the way your body looks, but a lot of people would like dream to have your body, so you need to be grateful for what you have. So in my mind, I kept telling myself that I was 150 pounds. For years, I wasn't weighing myself, and I would just tell people like, oh, I'm 150 pounds. Like, and I remember this guy from work, I don't know why, it's such a rude game. We were like guessing each other's weights, and he guessed that I was 170, and I was so insulted. I was like, I'm 150. And now that I think back, at the time I probably was 170, like, and I just wasn't realizing it. And it was kind of a weird thing where it didn't snap for me until I saw the picture that's in my thumbnail all the way to the left. It didn't like come into perspective for me how heavy I was until I saw that photo, which is like third person like taken of me, and getting the number from the scale. Like, because when I would look in the mirror and when I would take selfies, like I would see that I was contouring more than usual and I was tilting my face like like the angles were on point, but my face was much fuller. I was ballooning. I was gaining weight very like rapidly over time. But yeah, I always think about it as like a reverse body dysmorphia. Like I kind of looked in the mirror and I would just be, oh, I look good, which is so bizarre. I'm sure people like don't relate to that at all. But, and my mom is the same way. She's like, I look sexy when she looks in the mirror, but then when people take pictures of you third person, you're like, oh, I didn't notice how large my arms are. Okay, so here's the answer to the question that everyone's like, how did you lose the weight? Like, get to the point already. And it's an answer that no one really wants to hear, I feel. Everyone wants a quick fix. I think in this world of the diet industry makes so much money, and you see commercials and people will say, you'll lose X amount of weight in X amount of months, and it's always a really high number to a very low number ratio. And people are sucked in by that. They're like, I want to go to a wedding, I have things to do, my life is busy, I need to lose this weight immediately. To lose 30 pounds, in total it took me 8 months to do, and I still have it off to this day. But to do it, my eating patterns had to drastically change. There's no, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, your life needs to change if you want to lose weight and keep it off, and that's just how it is. The way that I lost weight, primarily, I was not vegan at the time when I started losing all this weight. I lost 20 pounds. It was torture. Like, I'm telling you right now, it was misery, and I don't think people want to hear that. They're like, oh, I changed my lifestyle and it was great and I feel great and amazing. But for me, sticking to still eating animal products and just cutting back the amount, it was misery. I was in absolute misery. I was eating probably like 1,500 calories a day or less. That was like what I was keeping it to. To see a rapid weight loss, I wanted to lose probably like 1 pound or 2 a week. Like, that's what I was hoping for. And it was just, I look back on those times of me just like eating an apple and being enraged. Like, I was like, I don't want this apple. Like, I just didn't want it, because your body is conditioned to want like salty potato chips and like all the garbage that you've been putting in it for years. So it's hard work. It was so hard. And I just need to drill that into everybody that it's not easy. And if you go a few weeks into your weight loss journey being like, this is too hard, I can't do it, like, you're normal, like, it's okay. So, and I said that I was cutting calories, so that was one of the things I was doing. I was also counting macros. I started following people who were like doing the macro thing. And another thing that I'm really not proud of, I think I'm like done for doing this, but I took Hydroxycut for probably like 3 or 4 months. I paid for multiple bottles of Hydroxycut, I'm not gonna lie. And I think the thing that I don't think it really works, what it does, it put me in a mindset where I'm like, I'm taking Hydroxycut, I'm dieting, this is what I'm doing. And also, it is kind of like drinking like 12 cups of coffee, so it'll just make you like jittery and walk around, like just move around like a lot. And I would take it before I go to work and I'm like, woo, like ready to go. But I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. I don't think it really works. I think it's kind of a waste of money. If you need it to put you in a mindset, like, it's available, it's on the market, you can buy it, I guess. But I think it's kind of silly. So pretty much, that was how I lost the majority of my weight, and I'm being completely honest. I did it by calorie counting, I did it by being miserable, and I did it by taking Hydroxycut, like all these things. But I'm telling you that that's like the superficial way that I lost weight. That's like but how you really lose weight and how you keep weight off is you change your entire outlook on food. And it took 8 months to do it, and I'm still working on it to this day. You really need to change your relationship with food, and that's not something that's gonna happen overnight if you've been eating poorly your whole life, or like for 4 years like I was. I was probably eating bad my entire life, I'm not gonna lie. Not to like bash my parents or anything, but people were working and, you know, they did what they had to do, and like canned vegetables like was what they knew how to make, and that's what we had. And a lot of meat, a lot of cheese, things like that. But changing your relationship with food is so important, the most important part of this entire journey if you're really gonna make it stick. And that's what I have to contribute to it, and that's what I did. I realized that food is fuel for my body, and it's not a constant indulgence, and it's not a security blanket. I think a lot of the time I would be upset or stressed out about school, and I would go home and I would sit by the counter and I would eat like chips, like just crunching, and my boyfriend would be in the other room and be like, "Are you sitting on the floor like eating chips over there?" He's gonna watch this and like laugh because he knows that he said that like a million times. But I wouldn't call them like binging episodes, but I was eating a lot like in certain sittings, and it's something that you really have to like snap out of. Really, you just need to take accountability and plan your meals in a balanced way, not in an obsessive way, but be like, what will fuel me for this day? What is a fat? What is a protein? What is a carb? And carbs are not bad for me. I need to eat carbs. Carbs are fuel for our body. Like, you need to just educate yourself and repeat these ideas in your mind that it's not about this will distract me from what's going on. It really is about what's gonna make your body feel good, what's gonna hydrate you, and what's gonna fuel you for the day. And I think that a lot of people don't have that mindset about food. And I've said this before in another video, but if you can't feel good about food, you really can't feel good about anything. And it's just, I feel like the relationship with food is so important, and I feel like more parents need to like hone this into their kids, that because I feel like this is where body issues begin, is when you don't understand the importance of food and what it can do to your body. Another thing that really helped me lose weight was retraining my body to know when it's full. And I know that sounds so stupid, but I think High Carb Hannah has talked about this before too, where I think a lot of us are tricking ourselves into thinking that we're full when we're actually stuffed, like very, very stuffed. That was how I lived my entire life. I didn't think that I was full until I couldn't move or until I was in pain. Like, you know, I don't know, like it makes me so uncomfortable now, but like when you eat so much, and a lot of times for me it's like salty food, and I could just feel my stomach like expand. Like I just feel it and it hurts me, and I'm like, oh, like I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have eaten all those pretzels or like whatever. But I think if you're really gonna try to lose weight, you have to try to shrink, and this sounds like weird, you have to like shrink your stomach back down to a normal size. Because since I was eating such large quantities of food, it wasn't even so much that I was eating bad food, because like I said, like in moderation, like I just hate that term because I feel like a lot of people use it to overindulge. Because I was eating such a large quantity of food, my stomach was stretched out to a point where I could fit a large quantity of food. So when I was cutting back calories and trying to eat healthier, it was miserable for me. It was so bad because I just didn't feel satisfied ever. I never felt satisfied. I always felt hungry, so I was eating very consistently. But you know, apples and grapes and like fruits and vegetables and things like that. But it was really like sad for me. Like, so it took a long time to shrink my stomach back down to a size where it could hold the amount of food that was like fine for me, that was fueling my body, and not like this big and I was only putting in like this much food. I told you that I lost 20 pounds not being vegan, and I wasn't vegan my whole life, or even vegetarian. I saw my friend at work switch to a vegan lifestyle, and it just looked like it had all this abundance that my diet didn't have. I was keeping everything like very measured, I can only have this much of this thing. And I saw her with this gorgeous spread of smoothies and granolas and things that she made at home, and they looked so good. And hummus and pita breads and chips, and I was just like, I want to participate in this. These foods aren't really bad for you, like it's fruit, vegetables, and grains and things like that. And so I gave it a try. I was like, I'll try to be vegan. And I was thinking about it for a long time. Maybe I'll do a video on my vegan journey and how I actually mentally like prepared myself for it. But I was thinking about it for a long time. This wasn't like an overnight like, oh, I'm gonna become vegan now, like to be cool. Like, no, I was thinking about it for a long time. My friend went vegan and it pushed me over the edge, and I was like, I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So I tried being vegan, and I was right. It had all the abundance that my diet didn't have, and I lost 10 more pounds pretty quickly after I made the switch. Once you cut out dairy, I feel like you drop just like weight. All I'm saying is I don't feel like you need to be vegan to maintain a balanced diet and be healthy. A lot of doctors will say primarily plant-based foods that are unprocessed are better for you, but you don't need to cut out animal products entirely. And I completely understand and agree with this for anyone who doesn't want to be vegan. I get you, I understand. It's not for everybody. So for me, it helped me lose the last 10 pounds and I feel great now. I don't feel miserable with my diet. The only thing that I said was not fun is like going to restaurants and having to like look through the menu for like an hour and try to pick apart things, but that's pretty much it. I can make all my own food that I enjoy and I generally love this lifestyle. So pretty much to reel this in, I feel like I've just been blabbering on and there's gonna be a lot of like edits to this. Weight loss takes time and effort and it's stressful and it's hard. And I think a lot of people want a quick fix. That's the world that we live in, is we want things done, we want things and we want them now. And this is just one of those things that you really have to put in the work for. And I'm sorry, I don't know if you clicked on this video thinking that I was gonna be like, oh, the military diet, like I lost 10 pounds in 3 days. Like I've been seeing that all over my like sidebar and I like refuse to click on it because I think it's so dumb and such clickbait. But I need everyone to know that you need to be happy with your body in the moment or you're never gonna progress. Even though if you're at the highest weight you've ever been, you need to look at yourself and love yourself and know that things will get better. There's gonna be times where you stall out and you aren't losing weight and it's gonna be stressful and the number on the scale you feel like is dictating your life, but it doesn't. And I need you to understand that losing weight takes time. It may feel like forever, especially in like the first couple months. It may feel like forever, but a year down the line, you're gonna have the body of your dreams and you just need to reformulate your relationship with food and understand the consequences of how you've been eating and living your life and just reel it in and bring it back to more wholesome, natural things. Like for me, it was plant-based options. That was my weight loss story and I've kept the weight off thus far, but like I said, I work every single day and sometimes I struggle. Like I said, I've messed up on my vegan journey a few times. I've eaten meat and I've eaten cheese. And you just have to take it day by day. And if your heart's in the right place, I think that you're vegan. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you don't care about the animals. Oh, like you only care about diet and you're not vegan. Like I said, this is a whole nother video. I'll make an entire other video of my vegan journey and how I feel about veganism and the movement and everything like that and how I feel about animals and I just want this to be a very inclusive place on my channel. And I generally think that if your heart's in the right place, you're doing good by me. So thanks you guys for watching. I wish everyone luck on their weight loss journey and I hope that my advice helped you and kind of drilled some things into your mind that no one really wants to say in weight loss communities. Okay, bye!